Hi, I'm Mary. Today we're going to be working on hip mobility and strength. So we'll work on some opening, balance, and maybe even build a little heat. To get started, we're going to be on our backs. If you would like, you can have the legs fully extended, almost like you were coming into Shavasana. However, if you'd like a little bit more release in the low back, bring your feet out wide and let your knees roll in. Hands can rest on the belly. And if it feels comfortable, let your eyes close. Let everything soften just a little bit more. And take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And a full breath out. Another deep breath in through the nose. And let it out with a sigh. If it feels comfortable, maybe you have one hand resting on your belly and the other hand over your heart. Start to observe the natural rhythm of your breath. And since your hands are placed on your body, maybe you even start to feel where the breath is traveling through the body. And connecting to how you're feeling physically, noticing where you're feeling tight or stuck. And also noticing where you're feeling open. And checking in mentally and emotionally. What's the quality of the mind, the rhythm of the thoughts? Perhaps you're showing up to practice, feeling a certain way, emotions are attaching to you. Whatever it is that you're noticing is perfectly okay. But all that yoga asks you to do is connect a little bit deeper to your breath. So as thoughts and expectations creep in, and try to let them go. They'll be there for you after class. All you need to do is connect to the breath. Taking a deeper breath in, start to fill up your low belly. Feel the bottom hand rise. Continuing to breathe deeply, fill up the ribs and the chest. Feel the top hand rise. And exhale, let it go from the chest. Notice the hand lower, ribs, belly. Notice the bottom hand lower. Continue taking a few rounds of breath like this, noticing the breath travel with the rise and the fall of the hands. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. And take another round of breath or two just like this on your own. Let the breath fall to a natural rhythm, once again, something that feels sustainable. With your hand connected over your heart, if you'd like to set an intention for your practice, think about what you need. Maybe it's something that unites your physical, mental, and emotional self, or just whatever drove you to your mat in this practice. And as you've arrived at your intention, take a full body stretch. Start to reach the arms towards the back of your mat. Stretch out the legs. Take up a little bit more space. And grab for opposite elbows overhead. And start to bend the right knee. Let the right knee open up to the side. And you're going to come into tree pose on your back. So the sole of the right foot can rest towards the inner left leg. And you can take a few breaths right here. If you'd like to explore a little bit different opening in the inner right leg or hip, hands can come to the right ankle or foot, and you can place the right foot on top of the left thigh. And left hand can stay on the right foot. Maybe the right hand comes to the belly. If this is too much, you can just return back to that tree pose shape, and we'll just be here for a few more breaths. Right knee is drawing down, out, and away from the body. And let the right foot slide a little bit down towards the left knee, so it's coming more towards the center of your thigh. Bend the left knee, plant the foot on the mat. And you can stay here if this is enough of a stretch in your right hip, or start to pull the knees into the chest. And interlace your hands around the left thigh or shin. Let the shoulders relax. And if you like to find a little movement, maybe you bend and straighten the left leg, rotate out the ankle, flex and point the foot. You could explore rocking from side to side. And take a huge breath in, fill up the low belly. On an exhale, draw the knees in a bit closer. And keeping the legs as they are, take your arms out to a T shape so they're coming straight out from the shoulder. And let both legs come over to the left. So you're keeping that figure 4 shape, but then coming into a twist. And you can take a peek out over the right shoulder, so shifting the gaze if it feels okay in the neck. Taking a nice breath in and out. And start to make your way onto your back, uncross your legs, coming to that full body stretch. Reach the arms back, extend the legs, take up lots of space. Full breath in and out. Grab for opposite elbows once again and see if you can grab in a way that it feels unnatural. So reversing whichever way you did on the other side. Bend the left knee. Let it open up to the side, so first landing in that tree pose shape on your back. Right leg is a little engaged, so the toes can point up, pressing out through the heel. Working a little bit more into that half lotus shape if you know you want to take it there. Hands connect to the left foot or ankle. Place the foot towards the top of the right thigh or maybe the right hip crease. Left knee draws down, out, and away, and you can keep your right hand on supporting the left foot. Maybe the left hand comes to the belly. And letting the left foot slide a little bit more towards the center of the right thigh. Bend the right knee, plant the foot on the mat. And interlace the hands around the back of the right shin or thigh as you hug the knees in closer if you'd like to take more of that reclined pigeon shape. You can use the left elbow to press the left knee away. And taking a few breaths just as you are, you can find some movement. Bend and straighten the right leg, flex and point the foot. Getting out all those cracks and pops. Bend the right knee once again. Take a huge breath in and out. See if you can hug the knees in just a bit closer. Bring the arms out to a T. And let both legs fall over to the left side. And once again, if it feels okay in the neck, shift your gaze so you can look out towards the left shoulder. And come back to center. Uncross the legs, hug both knees into the chest. Find a little sway from side to side. If it feels better, you could draw some circles with the knees moving in one direction and then the other. So just giving the low back a little bit more love. All right. Hands can come behind the thighs. Start to gentle rock forward and back along the spine as long as that feels okay. In the back and the neck, maybe the feet come over the head. And as you come up, you'll come all the way to all fours. So you can swing your legs off to one side. Making your way back to table, bring your wrists under shoulders, knees underneath the hips. On an inhale, soften the belly, tilt the tailbone up, look up for cow. Exhale, pull the belly in, bring your chin into your chest. Tuck the tailbone under for cat. Inhale, soften and look up. Exhale, pull in and around, look back at your belly button, open up the back of the neck. And find a few more rounds of cat-cow on your own. If there's any other movement you might like to take from all fours, maybe rolling through the ribs or pressing the hips from side to side, you can find that here. Let it be a little bit more intuitive as you move. And then bring the knees a little bit wider, 2 big toes together, stretch the hips back for child's pose. Crawl the arms forward, bring the forehead down, and you've got a few breaths right here. And pressing into the fingerprints, start to lift back towards all fours and then make your way to down dog. Tuck under the toes, stretch the hips up and back. Coming into your first down dog, find some movement. Connect to whatever you need. Pedal the legs out. Give your dog's tail a little wag as you sway the hips from side to side. And just spend some time working into the backs of the legs. And as you feel ready, you can settle into a little bit of stillness. A nice generous bend in the knees is always okay, so the heels might lift off the mat. Working the chest a bit back more towards the thighs, hips nice and lifted, pull the belly button in. Shift the weight into the left foot, ground through the hands. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Kick the heel in towards the glute and start to circle the knee and open up the hip, moving in each direction. You can even bend and straighten the right leg, rotate out the ankle. So again, we're just working opening in the hips and the low body. And go ahead, release the right leg down. We're just going to take that movement on the other side. So ground through the right foot and the hands, lift the left leg high, bend the knee, stack the hip, and start to move in both directions. So you can't really do anything wrong here. Bend and straighten, flex and point. Just start to wake it up the entire left side of the body. And go ahead, release the left leg down. On your next breath in, start to roll your weight forward to a high plank. And as you come forward, shoulders are stacked right over the wrists. Spread the fingers wide. Gaze slightly forward of the fingertips. You can keep the knees lifted, or for a little less heat, add them down for support. Take a full breath in. Exhale, hinge the shoulders slightly forward of the fingertips. Bend the elbows. Keep them pointing back as you lower onto the belly. Flip to the tops of the feet. Hands frame the ribs, and next inhale, lift up to cobra. So lift the chest. Exhale, lower down. Keeping the elbows pinned back, inhale, lift up to cobra, press into the feet. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. You can press to all fours or tuck under the toes and send the hips directly up and back. And take a deep breath in through the nose and a huge breath out the mouth. Next, inhale, come up to your tiptoes, gaze forward, bend your knees. Bottom of the exhale, start a slow walk to the front of the mat. You can stay up on the tiptoes, keep the hips lifted. As the feet meet the hands or the hands meet the feet, whichever one comes first, bend your knees, grab for opposite elbows, and you've got a few rounds of breath in ragdoll. Maybe you're just still at center, letting yourself hang, or you could sway from side to side, front to back. And come back to center, feet under the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingers can slide up the shins or stay on the mat. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees as much as you need and bow down. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Sweep the arms out to the side, put a little bend in the knees. Full body stretch as you reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to the center of the heart. Inhale, sweep up nice and high. Exhale, forward fold, dive the arms at the sides. Palms can face down, press the hips back, lead with the heart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. From here, you're going to bend your knees a lot and sink your hips back so your chest is resting on the tops of your thighs. And then once you make that connection, reach the arms forward for a half chair. And you really want that belly resting on the thighs. Take a huge breath in, reach the arms forward. Exhale, hands to heart center, mountain pose, straighten the legs. Inhale, come back to half chair, bend the knees, sink the hips, reach forward. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, lift the hips. And we'll continue moving a bit more dynamically. Inhale, half chair. Exhale, mountain, straighten the legs, hands to heart. Inhale, lower, reach forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach forward, bend the knees, sit back. Exhale, come to standing. 2 more times. Inhale, lower. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stand. 1 more full time through. Inhale, half chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sink back. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Hands can cut down the center, out to the side. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, slide the left foot back to lunge. Look forward as you inhale, let the front of the left hip sink. Exhale, straighten the right leg, press the hips back, and fold for extended pyramid. You can stay on the ball of your back foot. Pull the right hip back just a touch. Rebend the right knee so you're coming into your lunge. Keep the left hand down, reach the right arm up, and you're going to start to twist open. The gaze can follow the right hand. You might even let the right knee open up a bit to the side to find a little bit more space to twist. Keeping the back leg engaged, full breath in. On an exhale, right hand comes to the inside of the right foot. Spin the left foot down. Walk the hands to the center of your mat. Bring the heels behind the toes and start to fold in. Press the hips back. Hands can reach for the outer edges of your ankles, feet, or just crawl behind you, and you've got a few breaths right here. Maybe the weight shifts a little bit more into the balls of the feet. Let the head relax. Walk the hands under the shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Turn your toes out and your heels in. And from here, you're going to take a little deeper bend into the left knee as the right leg straightens. Walk the hands towards the left foot. And you can stay high in your side lunge at first so the hip is in line with the knee. And then switch sides. Walk the hands over to the right foot, bend the right knee, straighten the left leg. And now move a little bit more dynamically between sides, so bending and straightening. You can continue with the hands following, or maybe they just stay at center. And the next time you're bending into that front knee, stay there. Walk the hands forward to frame the front foot, so you're coming back to lunge. Hands frame the right foot. Press the mat away without dragging the foot. Slide the right leg back to a high plank. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, straight to down dog, or find a flow through chaturanga, lowering down halfway or all the way. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take a full breath in and out. Inhale, come up high on your toes, gaze forward, bend your knees. Bottom of the exhale, step or hop the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half chair, reach the arms forward, bend the knees, sink the hips back. Exhale, mountain, hands to heart center. Inhale, half chair, sink back and lower. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back to lunge, hands frame the left foot. Look forward as you inhale, let the front of the right hip sink, back leg is engaged, pressing up. Exhale, straighten the left leg, press the hips back and fold. You can stay on the ball of the back foot, keep pulling the left hip back just a bit. Rebend the left knee so you're coming to your lunge. Right hand stays on the mat. Huge breath in as you twist the left arm open. Gaze can follow the left hand. And if it feels okay, you might even let the left knee open up to the side a bit to get some more room to twist. Full breath in. As you exhale, left hand to the inside of the left foot, spin the right foot down, walk your hands to the right side of your mat, heels behind the toes, and then find a wide-legged fold all the way down. Walk the hands underneath you, bring them to the shins or ankles, and breathe. Hands coming back underneath the shoulders, inhale, halfway lift. Turn the toes out and the heels in, and then start to side lunge dynamically once again. So bending into the back knee, straightening the left leg, and maybe you come and sink down a little bit lower, or you can keep the hips stacking. Walk the hands to center and switch to the other side, maybe coming onto the heel of the back foot. You've got a few rounds of breath here to explore movement on your own. If you want a little bit more strengthening, hands can come to heart center, lifting off the mat. And the next time you're bending into the left knee, hands come down, walk them forward, turn yourself to lunge to face the front. Huge breath in, press the mat away. As you exhale, left leg slides back to high plank. Try not to drag the foot. From here, press to down dog as you exhale, or hinge yourself forward, finding a flow. Take a huge breath in right here, and a full breath out. Inhale, come up to your tiptoes, gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, half chair, reach forward, sit back. Listening for the change, ground through the right foot, interlace the hands around the left knee, and you're gonna rise all the way to standing, hugging the left knee into the chest. As you come up, press the knee into the palms, and that might help you open up the front of the right hip a little bit as you look up. Bring the gaze back to center, out in front of you, hands to heart. Take the left ankle to the top of the right thigh, begin to bend the right knee, sink the hips back for figure 4, and just find a few pulses here. So lifting and lowering. And try to take the weight a little bit more into the back heel, sending the hips back. All right, straighten the right leg, bring the left knee back into the chest. Standing leg is starting to probably burn a little bit, maybe even skip that. All right. From here, start to press the left leg back in space. And as you press the left leg back in space, hinge the body forward, coming into warrior 3. So you're starting to find a T shape. Pull the left hip down a little bit. Hands can stay at heart center, or maybe you start to reach them towards the front of your mat. And keep pressing the left heel back, full breath in. Exhale, reach the hands down towards the mat. Step the left leg back carefully to lunge. Bend the right knee. Reach the left arm down and the right arm up. Start to point your right toes a little bit more to the right corner of your mat. Open the right knee out, and if it feels okay, roll onto the outer edge of both your feet. Reach the arm towards the back of your mat. Deep breath in and out. Turn yourself back around, bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot, come back onto the ball of the back foot, and then walk the hands to the left. You're going to find a side lunge all the way into the left knee and straighten the right leg. So you're coming to the back of your mat. From here, start to ground through that left foot. So you're going to power off the left foot, look forward. Right toes are going to point more forward, and you're going to explode into warrior 2. So plant the right foot, bend the right knee, reach the right arm to the front of your mat and the left arm back, and the hips are open here. Squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit more together and pull the right knee towards the right corner of the mat. On your next breath in, flip the right palm up, reverse warrior, left arm down the leg, reach up and back. Pause here, really fill up the right side, huge breath in. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the front of the mat. Find the ball of your back foot, slide the right leg back to high plank. Maybe you keep it lifted this time, just an option. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down dog. Okay, preparing for the other side. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out the mouth. Inhale, come up to your tiptoes, gaze forward, bottom of the exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half chair, reach forward, sit back. Ground through the left foot. Interlace the hands around the right knee. Press into the left foot as you rise to your balancing mountain pose. Energize the knee into the palms. You'll start to lean back a little bit, so you're going to open up the front of the left hip, look up. Bring the gaze forward out in front of you. Hands to heart, keep grounding through the left foot. Right ankle crosses to the left thigh, the left leg is probably shaking. Bend the left knee and find those pulses sitting the hips back. So the right knee is opening up to the right side, shifting the weight more into the left heel as the hips press back. All right, start to come back to that balancing mountain shape. Right knee into the chest, left leg straight, taking off for warrior 3. Press the right leg behind you as you press back. Hinge the body forward, working towards that T shape in the body, so right leg stays lifted. Press the heel back, look forward. Pull the right hip down. Lift the chest a little higher, lift the leg a little higher. Maybe reach the arms forward. It's okay if you fall out. You can hop right back in. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach the hands down. Touch the right toes down, bend the left knee. So you're coming into the lunge. Right hand stays down, left arm up and twist. Start to turn your left toes more to the front left corner. Left knee can open up, and if it feels okay, roll onto the outer edges of both your feet. Left arm reaches back. Enjoy this opening for a few rounds of breath. All right, start to make your way back around. Left hand to the inside of the left foot. Spin back onto the ball of the right foot. Walk the hands to the right. Side lunge all the way into the right knee. Left leg straightens. You can bring hands to heart center or keep them down on the mat. Really press that right foot down, look forward, and then use that press of the right foot, that grounding of the foot into the mat to take off to warrior 2. Point the left toes forward, bend the left knee, reach the left arm forward and the right arm back. Squeeze the shoulder blades, pull the left knee to the outer edge of the mat. Strong connection through the outer edge of the right foot. Flip the left palm, full breath in. As you reach up and back, reverse. Relax the right shoulder, huge inhale. Exhale, hands down to the front of the mat. Find the ball of your back foot, left leg comes back to high plank. Same option here to keep the left leg lifted, finding a 3-legged vinyasa, taking a breath in. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down dog. Lower the knees, sit the hips back to child's pose. Knees can be wider together. Bring the forehead down, maybe reach the hands back for the ankles or feet. Let the heart rate slow down a little bit. Maybe you take a deep breath in through the nose and a huge breath out the mouth. Start to lift the chest off the thighs so you're coming to a kneeling seat at the back of your mat. Roll onto one hip, swing your legs off and out in front of you, And you're going to make your way onto your back. You can hold on to the backs of the legs and just slowly roll down, bringing the chin into the chest, lowering down, low back, mid back, upper back, all the way back. Keep the knees bent, walk the heels in, bring your arms at your sides. Fingertips are going to brush towards your heels. We'll prepare for a round of bridge, pressing into the feet and the arms. Start to lift the hips up. Keeping the arms and the feet energizing down, roll onto one shoulder and then the other. And you can be here for a few rounds of breath just as you are. If you'd like to interlace the hands behind you, go ahead and do so. Keep pressing the big toes down. Release the bind of the hands at the low back if you have it. Slowly lower down. As you lower down, extend the right leg up to the ceiling. Find an interlace of the hands at the back of the right thigh. And press the thigh into the palms of the hands to stretch out the back of the right leg. Bend the right knee. You're going to release the interlace of the hands around the leg, and the right hand is going to reach for the outer edge of the right foot. The left hand can come to the hip for stability or a little reminder to stay down. Coming into a half happy baby shape, right knee can track towards the outer right ribs, and you might rock a little bit from side to side. Might even straighten the leg and rebend. Let go of the right foot, interlace your hands around the right shin, let the left leg extend, hug the knee in a little closer. The left hand can stay on the right leg, bring your right arm out to the side and gently pull your right leg over to the left, coming into a twist. You can pick up the left hip, place it a bit more to the right side of your mat, and even shift your gaze over the right shoulder. You've got a few breaths here. And come onto your back once again. Bend both knees, plant the feet on the mat. You've got one more round of bridge. Fingertips brush the heels. Press into the arms and the feet, lift the hips. Roll onto one shoulder and then the other. Keep the chin into the chest and breathe. Take this where you'd like with the interlace of the hands at the low back, or just forget about it. And slowly roll down to release. Hug the left knee in, hands interlace around the left thigh. Press the thigh into the hands to energize the leg away from you to get a stretch in the back of the leg. And let go of the interlace of the hands around the leg. Bend the left knee. Left hand reaches for the outer edge of the left foot, coming into half happy baby. You could place the right hand on the hip and rock a little from side to side. Maybe straightening out the leg and then rebending, just exploring some movement and opening there. Release the left foot, hug the knee into the chest, fingers wrap around the left shin, extend the right leg all the way out. Keep the right hand on the left leg, bring the left arm out to the side, and you've got a twist in the other direction. So gently pull the left leg over to the right, pick up the right hips, scooch them a little bit to the left, and then start to peer out over the left shoulder if that feels okay in the neck. Otherwise, just keep the gaze up. And take a full breath in and out. Make your way onto your back. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall wide. You can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Take a huge breath in, fill up the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Exhale with a sigh, chest, ribs, belly, and let go. You're more than welcome to stay as you are for a few final moments if you'd like to rest here in Shavasana, or find whatever shape allows you to feel supported, connected, and held. Namaste.